Welcome back everyone, I hope you're all doing really well. I've got something a little bit different for you today. I'm currently down one of my local pubs, the Lapstone. I've been coming to this pub for many years and this is part of their beer garden. They've got these amazing pods. So in each pod there's a table, some chairs. Each pod lights up and there's a speaker in there, a fan. So you can come in here and have your dinner or have some drinks, listen to some music. So I got talking to the owner a couple of weeks ago and he's asked me if I can basically design them a tropical garden. They've got the Jubilee street party coming up in about 3.5 weeks time. So no pressure, I've got about 3 weeks to design a tropical garden and there is a budget, and unfortunately the palms are mega expensive, so it's going to be a bit of a challenge. But today I've just come down to mark out where we're going to be putting a couple of clumps of bananas. So we're going to put one clump here and then the other clump's going to go here. So these bananas I've sourced from a local seller who I've actually used before a few years ago. So I know they'll be good quality and they're about 6 foot tall. So basically, when you're sat in this part of the beer garden, you'll be able to see them. I think this bamboo's a little bit far gone. I think we need to get rid of that. Yeah, so we'll be able to see the clumps of bananas from the beer garden. I'm just standing back a bit here so you can actually see the whole garden. So the plan is to maybe put a few plants around the edges here, maybe some dwarf fan palms or something like that, something nice and hardy. And then we'll have the bananas. I'm planning on putting a statement palm in the middle. Maybe a waggy palm would be suitable because this is a very exposed garden, as you can see. So unfortunately the Fortunae I think would probably get a little bit battered in the wind, so I think we're going to go for a waggy palm. And then basically I've got 4 areas to fill, and then I'll try my best to find some kind of quirky tropical little bits and pieces to dot around. So I'll basically keep you updated on the progress. I do work, so I'm going to have to kind of liaise with the owner's gardeners, so I might not be here to kind of film some of the planting, but I'll do my best and I'll keep you posted. Also tomorrow apparently we've got a mini heat wave beginning for about 2 weeks, which will be brilliant. So a great time to get some tropical plants in the ground, and just looking forward to seeing the sun, to be honest. It's not been the best of springs, but as I said, I'll keep you posted and I hope you enjoy the video. Banana plants are in, nice tall specimens for instant impact. They're about 6 foot tall, so these only literally got planted today. So these came from one of the sellers that I used a couple of years ago, a local seller. Even though it's an exposed area, the bananas should cope okay. Their leaves will just kind of shred with the wind, and that's how they kind of deal with windy conditions. But I had to put some bananas in. They're just the most beautiful, exotic looking plant, one of my favourite plants. You can't really have a tropical garden without some banana plants. Maybe I might have to stake them just to keep them stable for a little bit until their roots develop, and obviously they've only kind of just got their first leaf, but in a couple of weeks they'll be looking much better. So the gardeners dug out a nice big hole for them and filled it with a mixture of multi-purpose compost, John Innes No. 3, and some well-rotted manure. and then we'll get some liquid seaweed and chicken manure pellets as well to keep them happy. So the plan now is to concentrate on the front couple of areas so that it's going to look good from the beer garden, because there's quite a bit of space up there for planting, and as you well know, well-established plants are very expensive, so rather than kind of spreading them all out, we're just going to kind of concentrate on this area here and this area here. So I went ahead and placed an order last night of some different palms and some cordylines and a yucca, and then I'm going to pop to a local garden centre tomorrow and pick up a selection of cannas, dahlias, grasses, bottlebrush, and yeah, I'll see what I can find. But that's the plan, to kind of concentrate on these front two areas, and we've only really got a few weeks to get everything planted, so it is going to be a work in progress. Obviously for the Jubilee they wanted as much planted as possible, but there's only so much you can do in a few weeks, and over time we can just add more plants to the back. I did order a waggy palm to go in the centre here, which is going to be like a statement plant, and then we'll put some nice fairy lights around it. Unfortunately they had sold out of the biggest size, which is I think 10 to 12 feet, so I got the next one down, which I think was about 8 foot, but it should still look pretty nice. And as I mentioned before, this is a very kind of open and exposed sunny area, so I've had to kind of get plants that can cope with wind and exposed conditions. We've got a couple of days of rain at the moment, so it's looking a bit gloomy, but I think it's going to brighten up on Friday, and then it's back to the nice warm weather. But I'll keep you posted on the progress, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it all come together, and yeah, very exciting.